You sure?
I think so, yeah.
Let me stir it and you shake some in.
Okay.
Like I say, just bang it. See, it looks quite thick, but you know, depends how thick it is on the surface. If it's really thin, you'll be able to see through it, won't you?
Well, that's why you go down here and you look through it, and it looks pretty cloudy to me. Yeah, I see what you mean when you pour it.
You can always put more on the top.
That seems really runny to me.
Won't be for long. Okay. Here we go. Just work in the centre.
Yeah, I'm going to work that bit first.
I think you're okay. I'd pour it on, seriously. All of it. And just work it in the centre first, don't go to the edges. It'll find its own way. It's like very metallic-y, isn't it?
It's going to be quite see-through, isn't it?
Looks like.
I'm really hoping this is going to be enough. I don't think this is enough.
Well, if it's not enough, you can put more on, can't you?
We didn't even check if the ground was level.
I reckon that's enough. Let's keep working it from the centre out.
Right, I'm going to roll the edges to, as they say, break the surface tension.
And then if you have to mix up some more and pour more on, that's fine.
I think we will. It's going to be really good when it's done. But I'm quite pleased with it already. And I quite like that you can see through it, sort of. I might put a bit more white in the next mix. I'm going to need a lot more here. I hope you're going to be ready with your blowtorch soon. Never mind your camera.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Have you got many bubbles?
I don't know, we need to make another mix.
Got to be careful not to. Got to be careful not to step in the drips and walk it around the house. Yeah, you can see a few shallow bits there. It's coming really well actually. I'm quite impressed. This is our first one anyway. We haven't done any others before. So you put loads of that colour in this one, yeah?
Do you reckon that's mixed enough?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, that's a better colour.
Not as clear, is it?
No.
Put it all in the middle.
You reckon all of it?
Well, yeah. And then work it, because you've got to work it over the edges.
I know, it's actually working itself at the moment. It's doing
Put some
really,
over
really
here.
good.
Backseat driver look, telling you what to do. This is your masterpiece, Fiona, not mine. I'm just filming your splendidness. Get all the shallow bits first.
See, if we don't have enough, if we get a nice pattern, then we can buy more and just put clear over the top. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. You just like messing, don't you? It's good though.
I've been putting off doing this job for quite a while because I was stressed about, you know, how it would work out. Because everyone on YouTube, theirs looks like a work of art. What I'm worried about now is the edges, you know. Oops. That's going to be an issue, that one needs redoing. Do you see?
Yeah. See if we can sweep some more over there. That's it. You filled it.
Maybe. Do you see how much of a dip there is there?
Mm.
So I think we will ultimately have to buy some clear.
I can see your high points just there. Yeah, you will need another coat.
Yeah, I didn't think there'd be quite enough, but right. So shall I add pattern to it, or?
Yeah, go on. We've mixed it up now.
Okay.
Put it in the same spot so you don't lose any. Make more spots. I'm keeping roll back out the way.
Yeah, it's not working. I need more of a ruler type than a knife.
You've stepped in it.
I know, Graham, well it's everywhere, in case you haven't noticed. What do you think of the colour?
I'll leave it at that if I were you.
Do you? Don't you think the
Yeah,
orange
no,
is
I
a bit strong
I think
there?
you'll mess it up if you do too much.
I think there's too much orange and black. Because at this stage it's just the pattern really, isn't it? And then
I'd leave it to settle, seriously. Looks good. Give me the roller.
I'm just drizzling it.
Oh, I see.
It's the blowtorch wing, because when I stand here I can see
Bubbles.
but you have to be very quick over it.
have to go around with a knife scraping the floor everywhere. You can just still see a few high bits with the plaster showing, but we can cover that in the next one. Okay, we can see a few high spots there where the resin is levelled up and exposed some of the plaster below it, and it needs a considerable amount more on this corner, well, corner of a round thing, on this edge and that edge over there, which needs doing, but it's looking really good. I'm impressed.
Oh wow, looks like marble, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
That's actually nice.
Don't touch it, it's wet.
Well,
Don't step in the sticky, otherwise it'll make your foot sticky. And you'll trample it all around the house, so tiptoe carefully around the wet splodges on the floor.
Well, it's a bit awkward to do that because I'm accessing the fridge.
It is a bit awkward, I accept that.
Oh, wait.
What are you looking for?
Well, there was a Coke bottle in there, wasn't there?
Ask Sam where it's gone.
It's vanished. Face of the earth.
Okay, so when I was a kid, there were friends of mine went to private school and they had bathrooms that had like this kind, not this kind of marble, but it was very green. There were lots of green marble, and I was always really jealous. And this is really nice, and it's only just set, but I can touch it. We need more to go over these. We didn't have enough resin, but it's all going to be shiny. And you can actually look into it, and it's like really deep. It's like a supernova or something. And I'm thinking now, because I had this one particular friend who had a bathroom on the first floor, and she had a bath that was like gigantic. It was like a swimming pool, and it was green marble and scooped, and they said her dad, I think they were Iranians or something like that. Her dad was big in oil, and they said this is a solid marble bath. And I told my dad, I was only about 8, and he went, what, on the first floor, that size? Wow, you know, they must have had their floor reinforced. And I'm thinking now that the people who installed bathroom used epoxy and did something like this in the 1970s and went, oh, finest marble from Italy, you know, because if this was real marble, this would be so heavy. And I always, you know, from being a kid, I wanted marble stuff, marbleified, you know, not like Marbella, but because Marbella's all white, they have a lot of white with a grey grain through it, but there's some colour in this. And I've just been inspired by all those fantastic YouTubers. If YouTube had never existed, you know, I would not know something like this was possible. And that's just with a roller, you know, just mixing the colours, and the thing does its own thing, and it's like a Da Vinci or something. It's just perfect. It's little sweeps and hairs, and I'm into geology anyway, so I like looking into rocks and things. It's a bit nerdy. So this thing's going to entertain me for years to come.
You're going to do your counters?
Yeah, and the counters will be so much easier now we've had the stress of
doing this is marble effect. Look,
but it looks so fake.
This is blatantly like melamine, what do you call that?
Chipboard.
Chipboard with melamine.
Laminated.
I mean, you can see it's fake, but this looks really cool, doesn't it? In comparison.
Yeah, especially.
So you're gonna do all this and around this horrible glass chopping board thing.
Yeah.
And do all that next.
And then all of this
and
as
then,
well.
Are you gonna make it match the barrel?
I think so, don't you? I think that's nice.
Yeah, why not?
And then I can't wait to take the bin liners off because you can't see the full effect.
Yeah, but we've got to wait for the next pour.
Yeah.
So it's going to be here for a few days until it arrives.
Oh, it's going to be here a couple of weeks because when we go on to them, we might as well leave it on the floor. I'll take the stuff off the barrel, I think, but we might as well leave it on the floor ready for the pour on that lot. It's just, and the feel of it is just so nice. I'm really disappointed that we didn't have enough to raise it and cover these bits. But these bits are going to look really good. They're going to look like volcanic material, like rock.
Well, you know, real rock does have faults.
It does.
If it's too perfect, it looks false, doesn't it? That's how I see it. You know, if you've got faults and things in it, it looks real. You must have been
quite horrified when it was all pearly cream and I just blobbed colours. You must have thought, what the fuck
I didn't know
is she
what
doing
to
it?
expect. Honestly, I just went with
But
it.
then with the roller, you just start
But look,
mixing
I like it. I think it looks cool.
I do.
Honestly, I think that looks really
I love
cool.
all of it. It's very
I don't want to touch it until tomorrow because I know it's still a bit sticky.
it's very Geological Institute of America kind of thing. I should send it off and know it's certified as, get an epoxy certificate.
It's genuine 1930s German epoxy resin, yeah?
Oh, is he doing?
You haven't stuck your foot in it, have you?
Yeah, a bit. I just trotted a bit of a lump. So we've got some drips and things down there.
Okay, so this is the next morning and it's dried.
Mm.
What do you think so far?
I love it. I love it.
We've still got some high points, haven't we, with the plaster that's showing through.
But like I was saying, they're only about 1/4 of a mil high. They're not actually that high.
So we've ordered another big.
I really like them because they're like volcanic lava or something. This is something you might send off to the Gemological Institute of America to have it analysed
Really
for
nice.
where it came from on planet Earth. And I was just still so amazed that I'm sure you must have been horrified when I did a black streak and an orange dot and you were like, that doesn't look marble at all. And then just with the roller, and it does its thing. Look here, it's even got a little gold vein, because do you remember I let some drops go, and when you have drops that hit, they create these circles, and I'm really pleased that I did that. And then we've got other imperfections in here, and I think that's actually a piece of bread. Oh no, that's a piece of bread that actually got entombed, but when we build it up, that'll be quite cool. No, you can't, it's in there now.
It's entombed.
Yeah, crumbs and stuff that actually look like craters on the moon. It's fabulous. I can't wait to do the whole kitchen. It's going to look really, really expensive. And in the 70s, I remember really rich people had this in their powder room or on their dressing table.
My mum had an onyx ashtray that looked something similar to
They were
that.
green generally though, weren't they?
Yeah, they had a green.
And they were the lighters.
But the
that
patterns were very similar,
yeah,
but they were sort
onyx,
of green. Yeah,
really, really expensive. So I'm thrilled.
They were very
with it.
heavy
And I
as
love
well.
that the orangey. It looks like you would get this. Would be, what do they call it, oxidization or something, some iron or copper in the vein, and it happens to look really nice with my green goblets and pale green kitchen. He's lovely. I love him.
Like, it was really dark. I was on my phone and I felt something like on my stomach, and then I turned the light on.
Just like a bit of a lip there.
It was middle of summer. There was a spider like between my
High bits. High bits there as well. Another bit of a lip just there.
huge one in between the
So you're mixing it up. Are you ready to go?
Well, it's not that thick yet. I'm just going to put a bit in the middle.
I'd put it at the sides to fill those.
It's still on there.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you do it how you think.
So you just
I'm going to start with a bit. Let's just see where it goes by itself.
Okay, it's not doing anything. It's slowly spreading out.
I think that'll look all right, Sam, through that. It's just going to look like volcanic matter.
That's fine.
You missed a bit. That's it.
Well, it will find its way in.
Yeah.
I think there might be
It's a
some
work
lumps.
of art,
I
pussycat.
think there might be some lumps in this. Like, yeah.
It's a work of art. Have you ever thought of being an artist
No.
and creating works of art for a living.
Give it 10-15 minutes and then mix the other half up.
Okay.
Because it should sort of go a bit stodgy by then.
Mm.
Yeah, this is literally just to break the surface tension, so when it does go over the edge, it should fill quite nicely.
Okay, it's dripping slowly, you see. See, that small island is showing itself again.
Is it?
But that's fine, that's fine. Most of it is
I
really
don't mind
good.
the small islands because another coat can get them. It's if the big ones reappear.
Mm.
That will be really disappointing.
Yeah.
I think we will need a thin layer, another thin layer, because there's this raised edge here, which I might dig out with a screwdriver and fill with just normal filler, and then we resin over that, and that should look fine. Could help then. I can't get it off because it's all fine. I think it peels off quite nice and easily.
We had a puddle all the time when it came off.
Yeah, it just peeled off.
Oh wow.
I mean, I'm sort of in the middle of a ciggy break.
Oh.
I'll do this. Changing rooms. And she was the one who always used to say, oh, I'm going to make it like an outer space. She would love this because it's like a planet or something. And all these islands that were sticking up, they now look like faults in the rock,
Yeah.
like lava.
Yeah.
So it looks like we've set a piece of rock in resin.
Huh.
I think people, of course, they'll know it's resin and they'll think, oh, is it actually rock? It's not one of those jobby things.
Yeah.
We could say, yeah, we went up to St Michael's Cave and they took a sliver off
The
for us.
moon.
The moon, yeah. We went to the moon and took a piece of
Yeah,
rock.
yeah.
brought
Yeah,
it
we got a lift off an alien.
St Michael's Cave's way back in the Okay, so we've got this perfect epoxy finish. And you're saying that there were some scratches here.
Yeah.
And it's not just
area.
that you could see stuff, you were like, close your eyes and feel it, and you can feel it. Now, if you get just a dry piece of tissue, like this, and you think, oh, I can see some marks on the counter, I'm going to rub them, or they haven't gone. They're not going to go, Graham, because they're ring marks from cups of tea and from dirt. So you have to get some soap, like fairy liquid or something, and a sponge. And you do that, and that will quite successfully, this is woman-splaining from her husband, she doesn't understand how dirt and stuff. I can actually feel that one there. I can actually feel it. There's some crud on there.
It's a ding, it's a gouge.
It's not a ding. It's not a ding. That's because there's a pattern on here and people can't see. If this was pure white and they were putting their tea rings, they would see immediately. Right. Now we get the paper tissue and clean it off. Okay, and it's got to be really dry paper tissue to get my tissue's a bit wet now. Now run your fingers over that. And is all your dings gone now? So they weren't dings. There is crud still there, which is actually
I can feel a scratch
Yeah,
there.
no, it's not a scratch. It's where it's stubborn food, and I've just cut it short for the video. But before you were saying there were dings here.
There it is.
And
I can
actually,
feel that.
That could be, yeah, someone's cut a sandwich. But here there were cup rings, and you were going, oh, there's all bumps, oh, it's all.
I thought they were all gouges and
That's
things.
dirt, Graham. Look at
Dirt.
me. That's dirt. That's dirt. Okay, and this is what you need to learn as a dude of caveman era or wherever you come from, that to clean dirt you need a wet sponge and something like something like this, okay, and a fairly gentle sponge, although that's a little abrasive, and a bit of elbow grease. And that's how you do it. You put some of this on and lots of water, gentle rubbing, and then you dry it off with a paper tissue when it's a shiny surface, and then or you can use something like Windoline, but you can't, this is really important, Graham, Windoline doesn't clean. You have to use the fairy liquid or the soap and the sponge to clean the surface, dry the surface, and then if you want a high polish, then with Windoline, right? Windoline itself doesn't clean it, and also Windoline will not clean a toilet pan if you're trying to remove a stain, okay? That's a lesson for another day. This is Graham's cleaning lesson of the day. So if you leave cut marks and like cheese and stuff, and you let it build up, and then you run your hand over the counter, yes, you're going to feel lumps and bumps and mountains because you've left dirt on the counter. So again, I repeat, you need to clean it with soap and water. Bit like washing your hands as often as you can, right? And that also applies to the people on the border, the immigration officers, who during this COVID lockdown have been shouting at me, a housewife and mother, explaining the importance of washing my hands. It's like every man on planet Earth just discovered washing your hands and using soap and water is really important. Who knew?